Welcome back, everyone. Crowon here again, and we're going to go ahead and tackle UCE Item Drop. So let's go ahead and get import into our project. So Item Drop does exactly what it says. It's going to allow items to be dropped on the ground instead of being in their inventory for looting purposes. You also can mix and match. If you just wanted, let's say, gold to drop on the ground, you can make just gold drop and have items still in the inventory. Or you can switch them all over to the drop system, whichever you prefer. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to do the gold, and then we're going to show how to do an item, but I'm not going to go through and do everything, just because of the purpose of some of the other add-ons later are going to require there to still be a loot window and be utilized. So let's go ahead and open up the item drops and open up that README. And it drops behind. Open that up. Alright. So in here, there's no major requirements we have to do, but as pretense, you need to make sure whenever you bring a prefab in, like item drops right here, and as you create more of them, you're going to want to make sure that you go to your network manager. And if you are using our add-on from earlier, that allows us to put in our network objects without having to actually add them manually, which is the auto register spawnables. Then you don't have to worry about this. You just come in and click this button and you're good. Otherwise, there'll be a list here, and you just need to make sure you hit the plus sign and drag and drop these on so they actually show up for everyone, not just the local player. Alright, so other than that, we have an item drop here, and we're just going to look at it quick. So we have an item drop, and in here it wants to know how long it's going to stay. It doesn't have any effects, so if you wanted to have like the sparkling effect to loot it, you can throw that here. What kind of text is it going to show in the little chat icon here to tell them what they picked up, if they failed, so on. And then that is pretty much it. You can add requirements and stuff like that if you wish, like they have to have certain unlocks and so on. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to our skeletons. And on our skeleton here, the first one, we're just going to go ahead and find the gold drop prefab under the item radius. And we're just going to drag this one on, because this one's for gold in particular. It's just a cube, but we're going to use it for gold anyways. And then you can put the radius on which the items will drop around the monster once it dies. And there you go. So we'll put that in, and that's all we have to do. Now, if you want players to do the same thing, you have to go to your player and set this on there as well. So if you go into prefabs, entities, and we go to players, let's go to warrior and find item drops and loot rules. So item drops is right here, and you have a gold prefab. So you want your player to drop gold when they die, so our players can pick it up. You can do so there. Otherwise, for items, it's also very simplistic. You're going to remember to, this would just be for gold right now, so you'd want to make another one that you're going to use for like a sword or whatever, so it has the correct model. Because in here, you're just quite literally putting the model in and then some indicator information. So you're going to want to go ahead and find a weapon, your resources, or item. So if I was to go to like an arrow, for example, at the top here, you'll see there is now a drop prefab. And in here, you just go ahead, and that's where you're going to drag this bad boy in. And then it'll allow it to be dropped. And then you can have a drop chance set here. This is only for players, so if you wanted it, so when players die, they drop these certain items from the inventory. You can do that. So you make, so they don't drop their equipment, but they may drop like potions when they die or something like that. So yeah, that's how you would set an item up. Super simple. Like I said, we're not going to go through and do that, only because I need the loot window to stay intact for later videos. However, once you've moved everything for the loot window out and it's all dropping in the world, if you go that route, you're able to come in here where this loot is, and you can just hide this because you will no longer need it, and you'll be fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and save, and we're going to collapse everything up. Oh, well, we don't need to go that far. It's a little bit much, don't you think? We'll start up, and we'll get our gold to drop. So we only have it on the first skeleton because we didn't set them all up, but that's alright. Tooltip. So, well, let's kill this skeleton and get some money out of the deal. And we'll get stunned and he'll heal himself, so it'll be even more difficult to kill him. Fantastic. We just want to get your money. And there you see, we dropped our gold. I can't run on it and pick it up. But if I click on it, I got 9 gold. Fantastic. If I click on him, I can still get the bones as well. So that allows you to mix and match if you choose, or you can move it all to dropping on the ground and so on. Make sure you set it up so your players can drop items if you want it, so your players can be looted as well with the drop system. Otherwise, that is everything for item drop, and I will catch you in the next one.